Hello, it is Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, back here for Daily Shakeup number 663. And today I want to talk about advice and questions. Advice, which is often unwanted and often delivered without being solicited, and most often ignored, resisted, or not heard. And questions, on the other hand, which is a different way to approach advice, but it is a more impactful, more consistent, more effective way of communicating information, whether we call it advice or not, by helping someone through the questions to self-assess, to self-understand, to self-learn, to better know for themselves what that advice might have been. Now, why am I talking about this? I was at a meeting yesterday and they were very explicit. Someone was giving a presentation and they told the group, look, when we're done, there's time for questions. Note it, it's time for questions, not time for advice. They specifically say, don't give advice. In fact, don't even use advice words. Don't say things like, you know what you would do, you know what you should do, this is what you're missing. Ask questions, such as, have you ever thought about this? Or how are you addressing this? It's powerful. It's important. It's the best way for people to really learn is to be asked quality questions. Yet, this group continued to give advice. In some cases, there was no question that it was advice, and they did a lot of woulding and shoulding, and you ought to. Despite being told that, and I was frustrated, then I realized part of the problem is people just don't know how to ask questions. Now, yes, part of it is people love giving advice, even though it's least likely to be heard unless, and this is still rare, you've got a high trust relationship, or perhaps there's some sort of paid engagement where I have paid for the advice. So why are we giving advice when it's not likely to be listened to? Aren't we all better served by asking questions? The problem again is we don't know how to ask questions. So I thought the problem here is we need to not only understand the power of questions, but learn to ask them. We are not well practiced, well skilled, or frankly, well habited when it comes to questions. So if you've got advice to give to someone, don't give it. Frankly, don't give it. Ask them questions to help them explore for themselves what that advice relates to. That's what more effective and impactful communication is about. And isn't that what so-called advice is really about? Communication, sharing a perspective. Wouldn't we want to do it in the best and most effective and most meaningful and most likely to be listened to way? If so, stop being lazy, enhance your questioning skills, stop giving advice, and instead guide people to their own self-assessment through your questions. That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you, and by all means, stay connected.